out of the 2x4 for a
Nice. Nice. That's what you should start doing. You should start taking a hot knife and notching the top of that thing. Because here's what I know. When you do buy a new computer, no one's buying that one.
Most likely not. Yeah, most likely not. Unless they need a large paperweight.
You guys, I love teasing Ryan about his deal there. Okay, so let me make sure that you guys see this. Do you see the hold harmless?
No, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. All right, so welcome to the call, everybody. It is Wednesday, hump day, and we're hoping that the one pair that we've been focused on starts humping, all right, in the right direction. It seems to be that it is still playing with us. So before we get into all that, let's get right into the hold harmless here. And this is the full throttle hold harmless disclaimer. This says the content provided by Full Throttle Forex and or subsidiaries of Full Throttle Forex is for informational purposes only. Full Throttle Forex and any or all of its members are not qualified to provide trading, financial, investing recommendations, suggestions, or advice. And in no way are the speakers or guest speakers performing in an advisory capacity. Simply not licensed to do so. This is just a general conversation that Mr. Dr. Check and I would be having anyways, and we've already had several today, so that you know that. You must conduct your own research, super important, and analysis. That's part of being responsible for your own results. And believe me when I tell you, when you do that, all right, and you have a result, you're going to feel so much more jacked about it. So, you know, it was just like yesterday when I said it looks like we might be able to get a long red candle down, and it did happen. That wasn't prophesizing, as my friend called it, but it just seemed to me that that was a possibility, and it did happen. Now it's retraced and gone back up, but that we're used to that. So conduct your own research and analysis. This allows you to be completely responsible for your decisions on whether you should trade in the Forex marketplace, either with software trading or manual trading strategies. Now, your attendance on any Zoom, call, or social media live event that is conducted by Full Throttle Forex, Alan Delaney or Ryan Dr. Check, or any of the people that are contributing is an acknowledgement that you agree to the above statement, that you will take your own research and responsibility seriously, and that you agree to hold harmless Full Throttle Forex and its subsidiaries. Is that a word? Subsidiaries? Okay, it's rare to be a subsidiary. All right, so here we go. I'm going to stop my share, and we will get right into what it is that we're going to talk about today. And again, keeping it, we've got exactly 21 minutes to go. So if you do have questions and you're just hopping on, please feel free to load the questions up right now so that we can make sure and address the most important things. And that's things that you guys are concerned about, confused about, or any of that. Other than that, well, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan for the time being while I pull up some stuff like the news.
Yeah, interesting, right? It's pretty fun if you guys kind of watch, you know, either if you happen to glance at on your mobile app. I especially like the view on the mobile app, right, when you have multiple trades open, and if there's red folder news, boy, you can sure tell, because the numbers just dance like crazy. I mean, you'll just see the price action in the market when you have several trades stacked in. You just kind of see it go absolutely bananas. We just had a press conference with Donald Trump commenting on the you know, military events happening in the Middle East with Iran. And boy, the market went just absolutely bananas during the press conference, right? And I don't know that it's necessarily done anything definitive per se, but you sure can see the market kind of, you know, again, trying to get ahead of, right? They're trying to anticipate the next word that comes out of his mouth. And it's pretty fascinating to watch, you know, that much price action occur as rapidly as it does during the news. If you guys ever want to really confirm whether or not these red folder events are all they're cracked up to be. And sometimes they're not, but oftentimes they sure are. You know, when you get something that is red folder, if you just watch the price action in the market, you just do it right from your mobile app, and you'll just see the numbers going absolutely bonkers.
Your better half is texting me.
Oh,
I think she wants to know if I did the graphics. So I'm gonna set up a week here when we're done with the call and done with our next call. So guys, you can see the news here, and you can see some red folder news, right? Like Ryan said, we just had, it says right here, U.S. President Trump does not need Mid-East oil. That should make our dollar appear to be stronger, IMO. Is that what you think as well, Ryan? I mean, that should.
well, yeah. So I think piggybacked on the ADP non-farm payroll report, right? We get two versions of NFP. We get ADP, which is the largest payroll service in the United States and maybe globally. I mean, obviously, I know they serve lots of global corporations, so they have a very good, insight. That's not the official NFP report. That comes out from the federal government, but we get the ADP, the private sector employment. You can see the orange full. I don't know why it's orange in the news feed.
Yeah, I see it right here, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm circling it with my
So,
deal. So, before you continue on with that, you guys should make this a part of every morning, like you read the newspaper, okay? The news events that you may have ignored in the past, or that were the boring third page of the newspaper that really shouldn't be, because after all, the shape of our economy is super important for all of us. It determines so many things. Just make this a part of your day, right? Glance through here. It takes a matter of minutes. And if you see something that you think might be interesting to read it. So when we look at this ADP that Ryan's talking about, I mean, look at the headline. Employment increased by 202,000 jobs in December. What does that say to some of you? I mean, what does that say? And of course, you guys can click on it. All right, you're going to stay inside of Forex Factory. It's going to explain to you. Or, okay, another thing that you can do is then click on the actual source of the story. So if you do that, you're going to be taken to another site like we are here. And guys, you know what this is. You know who ADP is. They're a payroll company.
yeah.
Whoever better to have a pulse on how many people are getting paid than the largest payroll company in the world, I do believe. But This is great stuff. So, and it breaks it down and tells you what's going on. So again, like Ryan said, when you combine this one with the Trump deal, it should, in my opinion, again, it's just an opinion, right? That should strengthen the dollar.
Yeah, so I'm watching in particular the USD against the Swiss franc, because I'm still in a few of those trades in a buy position, and we did get a nice pop off of really kind of Trump's statements that we don't want war with Iran. I loved it. I don't know if you got to see the press conference, Alan. I watched it, and
I did not see it.
we're not going to get into a political conversation, but I will tell you this: I do love that Donald Trump does not mince words. And I think the markets, that's part of why the stock market just hit. So the S&P, as the press conference was going on, the S&P 500 hit all-time highs. I mean, we have made all-time highs after all-time highs. I mean, there's been more jobs created under Trump than we've had in I don't know how many decades. The stock market has hit so many new all-time highs one week after the next, after the next, after the next. So, the markets love Donald Trump. And one of the reasons, like we've been talking about frequently, is that the markets do not like uncertainty. So you know why they like Donald Trump? Because he makes it crystal clear where we stand. And, what he said in his press conference was that, look, make no mistake about it, we'll squash you like the bug that you are if you screw with us. We have the military might to do it. We have the technology to do it. We don't want to do it. We will. We're ready. Anything you think you can throw at us, we're ready. If you threaten American lives, you're going to regret it. However, I am telling you that our position is that we don't want to go to war. We do not want to flex our military might. And so in a nutshell, in his press conference, he basically said, listen, Iran, behave yourself, and we can go about our business peacefully. And so, the markets, I think, like you said, Alan, like we were starting to talk about, I think that when we got the ADP report, there was anticipation of a good move for the dollar, but traders were reluctant to, to take those positions until after they heard what President Trump's position was going to be for the United States. And so it was kind of like a built up, kind of like a delayed reaction to the ADP, because that ADP report's pretty significant. And it probably would have reacted immediately if we didn't have this forthcoming press conference that everybody was waiting for with the president of the United States. So.
Yeah, no, I agree totally. Sorry, I had to go shut my door. My dog was going ballistic. I'm sure you guys could hear it.
No worries.
Yeah, she's probably chasing a rabbit or something. So, Hunter Burkett, thank you so much, Trump.
The other thing that I've been watching, Alan, that I like is that, that we've been talking about is that the U.S. dollar index, right, it appears to be kind of an indicator in this case almost, right, even though it's an indices that you can trade. It almost serves as like an indicator, at least for me, kind of been watching it to gain additional insight. And the DXY, the US dollar index, has popped very, very nicely. It's up well north of 97 again. It dipped back below. I think about a week and a half ago we were reading that, I forget what it was, like $97.20 was an inflection point. And so we look like we're going to get back above that. And so in theory, the news, the DXY, it's sort of reflecting it in that USD CHF trade, in theory, and it hasn't quite caught up yet, right? In theory, these things should indicate or support the idea that the Swiss franc starts to lose ground against the yen. At this point, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just looking at my phone a second ago just to take another glance at it, and it tried, but it didn't win. And so we're back up to 112, 107. But the good news is we're still in those range that Ryan identified yesterday, those two geometrical boxes. And so, as long as we're traveling in that range, I know that it sucks for a lot of people that they don't have account sizes that they can't use other pairs to try and recover from. But again, there's other ways to do that. I would urge everyone, please start a demo trading account, because you can use the trade ringer signals, which you all have membership to start to, time block yourself. Say, okay, tonight from 7 to 8, I am going to watch for trade ringer signals, and I'm going to try and trade a few on my demo account.
Trade Compass, right?
Trade Compass, yeah, thanks. I'm gonna look for Trade Compass signals, and I'm gonna try and learn that, right? If you go to your back office, one of the things that is complete and does work, if you go to products and you go to Trade Compass, or you go to, the archives are there, I guess is what I mean. There's a couple of really good Trade Compass trainings in the Friday Forex calls, okay? So by all means, try to do that, because that can help you recover your account, right? Once you learn how to do that. Now, I do not suggest that you do this on live money. I would learn how to do it first. I mean, that just makes sense. So you guys start paying attention to that, because it is a good indicator. And also pour into yourself about, other ways to place trades. And it's important, I mean, especially for the people that are on this call. Okay, we have a huge organization of over 500 people, and you see how many people are on this call. You guys are the people that are paying attention. You're the guys that want to know. You're the people that want to know how to trade. All right, now, there has been some conversations lately, and again, I got to make sure that I'm not going overboard here, because we got exactly 10 minutes. But there have been some conversations that we should start to teach you guys how to manually trade. That's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why that is. First of all, it's your responsibility to learn. And we have a product called ECA. There are plenty of teachers out there and courses that you can take to learn how to manually trade. All right. The reason that we're not doing that, look, if all we was an organization that did not have a network marketing component attached to it, sure, I'll teach you how to trade. Okay, but guys, the reality of it is Full Throttle is about building two things: your trading account through conservative means, as well as your network marketing business, okay? And if you blow your account too many times because you're trying to manually trade, you're going to be gone. Most people don't have the stick-to-itness or the funds to continually blow accounts while they're learning how to manually trade. So we're not teaching it, okay? Now, if you have a team and you want to teach it to your team, first of all, your team is our team. We're going to highly advise against that unless you have one or two highly skilled people, say, for example, that can handle it, or they're in a financial position where they can handle the downs. Because look, the reality of it is everyone on the internet will tell you it takes 3 to 5 years to become a solid trader. And that's not 3 to 5 years of, oh, I think I'll look at it today. That's 3 to 5 years of solid paying attention and learning how to do different things, developing your own strategy, testing it on demo accounts, and knowing that you have the confidence in your trading. I watched a really killer video on YouTube the other day about confidence in trading. And all the experts, there's actually trading psychologists, y'all. There's actually psychologists for traders. And they all stated that there is no way that a brand new trader should have any confidence in their trades. It's normal. Because why? Because there's a lot to learn. So you can teach yourself that. You're not going to get that kind of content from us at this point. And the reason is why? We're trying to build a sticky business that gives you, some income. So here's what I know I can say about that. Most people who have ever tried network marketing in any stretch at all have never made squat. Okay, they get a couple of no's, or their friends tell them they're nuts and they're going to jail because it's a pyramid. Pick your poison, whatever it is. Uneducated people will say uneducated things. And all of a sudden your dauber's in the dirt and you don't want to play anymore. Okay? That's why people don't make money in network marketing. Listen to me when I tell you, when you see somebody walk a stage in an economy event that's an elite 50K, you have 2 legs, 2 eyes, I hope, 2 ears, a mouth and a nose. You're just like they are. They're no different. They just keep persevering, doing little bits and pieces consistently. So that's more about what we're about. We know that our product needs to be trained, and that's why we're doing these things. So I went on a little bit of a run there. Sorry about that. But I think it's so important to understand what we're trying to do here, and maybe someday we do teach that stuff, but it isn't coming anytime soon. I can promise you that. Because first of all, I can't teach it because I'm not good enough. So that's it. Ryan probably could teach a little bit of it, but it's not something we're doing.
I won't, for the same reasons, Alan, because I'm not disillusioned about 6 years of part-time experience. I'm not disillusioned about the idea that makes me qualified to teach anybody. And I'm just being very, very, very real and transparent. Do I have a pretty good handle on certain facets of it? Yes. Have I made some money and at times some real good money? I'm sure. But again, you just hit the nail on the head. It's like Malcolm Gladwell, right? Don't for a minute think when most of the thought leaders of our time were willing to get behind Malcolm Gladwell's idea that establishes 10,000 hours before you have proficiency. If most of the icons in a space agree with that theory, who am I to challenge that? I have not logged 10,000 hours in manual trading. So once I do, maybe we'll talk about teaching others, but I haven't taught myself yet, right? I mean, that's the basic principle that Malcolm Gladwell wrote a best-selling book on, that until you've had 10,000 hours worth of repetitions, you have not actually, mastered something. So
that's Outliers, right?
Outliers. Yes, sir.
What a great book. I need to read that one again. Such a good book.
A good one.
So anyways, there's the news. You guys get used to it. Make it part of your DMO, your daily method of operation, right? Wake up a little early if you have a job. Read through this news. It takes 2 seconds. You saw how long it took us to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and as you find more interest in it, you are going to for sure read more of this news. It's fascinating. So that said, Brian, do you want to share anything on your screen today? Any charts or anything?
I mean, we could take. You guys we have a few questions in the Q&A. So let's do this. In the chat, not the Q&A, in the chat, if you guys want us to pull up a certain chart, put it in the chat. And while you guys are doing that in the chat, we will look at the Q&A section and answer the questions that have come in so far, because we have 9. No, we don't. We have 4 minutes left. We have to be on our call in 9 minutes. So,
all right. So here we go. Can you add money to a demo account? That is being asked by Nan George. No. Once you have decimated a demo account by trying strategies, just start a new one. Okay. That's what demo accounts are for. They are for learning what not to do. Okay. And you can have as many demo accounts at LQDFX as you want to. So, you know, once it's to the point where, you know, I always looked at it like this, you guys. If I started a $1,000 demo account and I was trying manual trading strategies and it got to 5, I wanted to try and build it back to 1,000. I looked at it as a challenge. Okay, it's not anything you're sharing. It's a tool you're using to learn, but you can always just start another demo account. So I hope that answers your question there. Sam says, do you use the phone app FXS? I'm not exactly sure about that app. Good place to check news and track your trades. It's a free app. Sam, thanks for the contribution. We'll have to look into that. So there's an app on the phone that's called FXS, I guess. Let me just.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the website. I think it's Forex Street or FX Street. I'm pretty sure. I think that's who provides that app. I know FX Street.
FX Street. Okay, there it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, FX Street's Forex News. Excellent, Sam. Thank you. I'm getting it right now. Thank you for the contribution. We appreciate it very much. You guys, you can go to your app store, type in FX Street, and then the app, you'll see it there. It says it has a big FXS on it. I appreciate that very much. I can get not enough news. And here is a great news article contribution from Gord, Ryan Allen news article. So I'm going to pull it. I'm going to click it. Let's pull it up. Let's take a look. Let's see. Swiss franc and yen retreat from highs hit after Iran. Oh, nice. I was just saying, thanks, Gord.
Yeah, what's the timestamp on this? I'm particularly intrigued.
Well, let me click it on Reuters.
Yeah. I'd love to see when that article was released.
Jan Sev, 6:45 p.m. So that's yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
That's good stuff. No, I'll read this one. And again, you guys, this is safe havens, yen regarded as a safe haven, blah, 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 in geopolitical times, which we're in one a little bit with this whole Iran thing. So in that, and not to mention the Chinese trade agreement, which would indicate why we're not getting some of the big movement back down that we might get. So thank you so much, Gordon, for that input. That is much appreciated. So if you guys don't see that, let me copy and paste this into the messages. And you guys go ahead and click it and pull it up on your screen so that you can read it in a little bit. Because there we are. This is a big deal in the trades that we're in right now. So let me pull this alarm clock up. Guys, 25 minutes goes by quickly, doesn't it? We started actually on time too. So I don't see any more questions. Hopefully we're not charting today. There just isn't a whole lot to look at. And our time frame doesn't really allow for it today. If there were, just know this. Your feedback to us about what value or non-value this content brings is critical. All right. When we started doing these lunch and learns, you guys said, hey, super like this. And so that's why we're doing them every single day, right? I mean, there's hardly a day when we're not going to be doing them. So we appreciate your feedback. It is super, super important. With that, I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. And Ryan, if you've got any last minute words.
No, I mean, I really don't. I don't know if he's on here or not. You know, Evan asked me if I had thoughts on why CHF JPY jumped back up a little bit. I really don't. You know,
It shouldn't have.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for that comment, Sean Fields. We love to know that you guys are getting value from this, as Alan said. But yeah, no, I don't really have anything to add. Sometimes, I mean, that's the market, like we say all the time, right? That's why we frequently answer the question as yes, yes, and yes. Sometimes the markets just are difficult to pinpoint, and this would be one of those times. For everything I'm able to interpret, it wouldn't seem to make sense that CHF would go up, but
Yep. And I will leave you with one last thing. We are working on something. We're not going to talk about what it is today, but it won't take long for us to get it out there. And it's going to be a new way for you guys to view this content ongoing and constantly. And I think it's going to be really fun. And so we're excited about that. Al, welcome to the call. We are now ending. Al came. We have to end. All right. So this is recorded. I'll get it up right away. These short ones are easy to do. So guys, thanks for being on the call, and we'll catch you on the next one. There is no call tonight. Make tonight a prospecting night. Yes. And then tomorrow evening, of course, we'll have the lunch and learn tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, I will be doing a presentation with the new presentation. As soon as I can get that in front of Sal, which should happen this week, for him to tell me that it's okay for us to share that, I will make that available in both formats, Keynote as well as PowerPoint, and we'll put those somewhere on Full Throttle Forex that you can get to them or in the group. Thanks, guys, so much. Always a pleasure.
See you, everybody. Have a great day.